Scrutiny Committee has once again undertaken a full and varied work programme during the year. The Scrutiny Committee continues to strengthen its relationship with key partners across the city, including Sunderland Clinical Commissioning Group, City Hospitals, NTW and Sunderland Business Improvement District.
We have also taken a keen interest in the number of areas including Sunderland Care and Support and Children's Safeguarding. With Sunderland Care and Support, the committee met with staff that had transferred from the council to the trading company to get a greater understanding of the transition from an employee perspective.
In relation to safeguarding, the committee undoubtedly recognised the importance of this area and has established a working group to monitor and to support the improvement work that is taking place around children's safeguarding in Sunderland. Of course, this is one of the great strengths of the scrutiny model, that ability to look at those real issues and areas of concern for people and communities in an in-depth way. This is something that we will continue to do over the next municipal year. The Overview and Scrutiny Committee will continue to play its part in the governance arrangements of the Council, and through the hard work of members will look to help develop and provide the evidence to assist the Council in the future delivery of services.
During the year, the panel looked at a number of issues. Firstly, in response to public concerns, the panel looked at the condition of our cemeteries, and in particular the problem of unauthorised curb set memorials, the number of which has grown rapidly in recent years.
These curb sets can affect the appearance of our cemeteries, making maintenance more challenging and can be of concern to other families. The panel suggests that we revise our cemetery regulations to tackle this problem. However, we feel that this should be handled sensitively given the emotive nature of the service provided, and that we should consult widely with the public.
The panel also looked at the proposed introduction of the local medical examiner, who will provide the independent scrutiny of all death certificates. While its introduction has been subject to delay, we are impressed with the level of preparation within the council in joint working going on with the coroner, who we spoke to as part of the review.
During the year, the panel has also monitored the incidence of fly tipping in the city and trends in the collection of bulky waste. We have also looked at the treatment of weeds and the approach of the council to alcohol and licensing policy.
I feel the work of the panel demonstrates the way in which scrutiny can respond to issues raised by local people and help to find ways of improving local services.
This year, the Children's Services Scrutiny Panel carried out a review of child and family poverty. The panel focused evidence gathering on support for children in families with low incomes and those at greatest risk and with the most complex problems.
Through the Children's Service Scrutiny Panel, we were able to gather evidence about how services are geared towards those most in need. The report we produced supported a continued drive towards high-quality services, as this has been shown to be one of the most important factors in helping disadvantaged children.
The findings and recommendations in our report are intended to contribute positively to achieving a better start in life for children, if only by ensuring that children have access to everything that they are currently entitled to.
During the year, the panel has focused on the effects of welfare reform on the people of Sunderland and the operation of food banks in the city. With regard to welfare reform, our report highlights the action being taken by the Council and its partners to help alleviate the difficulties many people face.
For our review into food banks, the panel visited a number of main food banks operating in the city. We were most impressed by the selfless dedication and enthusiasm of those involved and the tremendous work they do. The panel considers that while food banks and emergency food aid have always existed, the recent increase is unprecedented and extremely worrying.
We are concerned that the growth in food banks reflects a failure in our welfare system and is a symptom of a growth in poverty. We feel it is important to address the root causes of the growth in food banks, such as the frequency of benefit delays, the overuse of benefit sanctions, and the effect of low income and low wages.
The panel has focused on the opportunities and challenges for the city as it looks to meet the future demands for skills. This has involved looking at areas of our economy that are likely to experience skill shortages and the ways in which we can best meet these shortages.
In the future, an ageing population and technological change will require greater skills from our workforce. It is important for the city to tackle the number of adults with low numeracy and literacy skills, invest in more intermediate skills and increase the number of adults with higher qualifications.
We feel the city needs to focus on both long-standing sectors of the economy, such as automotive and advanced manufacturing, and newly emerging sectors such as software and creative media. During the review, we heard about the good work going on within the city, such as the sector development days for the advanced manufacturing and IT, which involve joint work with local businesses, schools and the council.
The panel feel it is important that the work going on is joined up and coordinated, and that the key people are talking to each other, making the most of the resources available.
The panel feel that we need to raise the profile of vocational education and ensure that it is held in the same esteem as academic-based qualifications. We need more and better quality apprenticeships, and we must encourage employers to increase the numbers and the quality of these apprenticeships.
The Scrutiny Panel has taken evidence on the huge challenges faced by local authorities to tackle the availability of so-called legal highs. This is a very real problem in the city. The Scrutiny Panel was able to get a number of agencies round the table to better understand the situation on the ground. This revealed the ready availability of the substances, meaning that we are left dealing with serious consequences in relation to crime, antisocial behaviour and public health. The panel has made recommendations across each of these areas. For example, we are proposing that current consumer legislation is used to disrupt supply and that we lobby to bring in new legislation.
This year the Scrutiny Panel investigated the prevention of suicide, which is an extremely important public health issue. Through this review we hope to understand what is known about suicide. Our evidence included how we identify those who may be at a higher risk, particularly those showing signs of self-harm. We have made the recommendations to help raise the importance of this difficult issue, including the vital importance of the lessons learned whenever there is a tragedy.
The panel this year has looked at the issue of loneliness and social isolation within Sunderland. The panel chose this review because living alone can mean limited social contact, increasing health issues and diminishing physical, mental and emotional well-being.
In fact, research has indicated that the effects of loneliness can be compared to the effects of smoking 15 cigarettes a day on a person's health. And as people live longer and families become ever more fragmented, the probability that at some time in our lives we will live alone is increasing.
During our investigations, we discovered numerous schemes and initiatives operating across Sunderland and the excellent work that has been undertaken by both the public and voluntary sectors, all of which showed members of the Scrutiny Panel the importance of public and voluntary sector organisations working together to ensure that people who are isolated or feel lonely have the opportunities to tap into local activities, rebuild their confidence and develop new friendships.
Well, I'm Christine Shattuck, I'm the lead member for this group. It was actually me that had the idea to look at this in depth.
Can anyone truly solve loneliness? I don't think so. However, that shouldn't stop us from trying. It is still an extremely worthwhile cause to look to connect those people in society who, for one reason or another, have become disconnected from their families, neighbours or communities.
Hopefully, the recommendations that the panel are proposing can help to promote and develop a number of the key themes and initiatives that are emerging in relation to this issue.